Christmas is the celebration of Jesus Christ, who Christians believe to be the Son of God. But have you ever wondered why Santa Claus is even part of the celebration? Why does he sneak around at night giving gifts, wearing a red and white suit? Why not green or some other color? Let me tell you how a real person named Saint Nicholas from the 4th century became the jolly snow-dashing Santa Claus. Saint Nicholas, born in the port city of the Roman Empire, was a kind and generous man, especially to children and the poor. He became the compassionate bishop of Myra and was a religious man. He wore the bishop's robes, usually in red or gold. He had short beard and spent his life helping others. The most well-known story about him is how he secretly gave dowries to 3 poor sisters to save them from being sold into slavery so they could get married. His story spread across Europe. Even today, Christians celebrate his death anniversary as St. Nicholas Day. It was the winter season when he died, December 6th, year 343 AD. After that, his story started to change. Years after years, the way the Dutch people celebrated him, the way poets described him, the way artists illustrated him, and how Coca-Cola represented him. All of these evolved the story of this man from St. Nicholas to Santa Claus. The Dutch people in New York continue to celebrate him as Sinterklaas, which is just a short form of his name. In this version, he would visit children on the night before the feast day. It's believed that he came by boat bringing gifts from Spain. New York newspaper in 1773 mentioned the name Saint A. Claus, referencing the Dutch tradition of Sinterklaas, and eventually American English evolved it into Santa Claus. Another version of him was written by a poet called Clement Clarke Moore in his poem called The Night Before Christmas, where he describes him as a jolly round man flying in a sleigh with reindeer. The poem became famous. Now listen to this. Artists began to draw him in new ways with his new name Santa Claus. Political cartoonist Thomas Nast created drawings for Harper's Weekly. Inspired by the same poem, he drew Santa as the jolly old man who lives at the North Pole and delivers gifts to the Union Army camp. This artwork also became famous. Other illustrations portrayed him in green or other colors too. But here's a fun twist. Coca-Cola then jumped into the picture. They hired an artist. Artist Haddon Sundblom. He was asked to create artwork featuring Santa Claus drinking a bottle of Coca-Cola. At the time, Coca-Cola's logo was red and white, so they wanted to link their brand with the Christmas season. Coca-Cola at that time was mostly popularized as a summer drink, which is why they needed to push the drink with something in the winter. The modern Santa images we see today were heavily shaped by their advertisements from the 1930s. These Coca-Cola ads became hugely popular and ran for decades, spreading this familiar image of Coca-Cola and Santa together all around the world. The constant marketing made Sundblom's version of Santa so popular that it has been cemented in the way we know him today. This was the origin of Santa Claus. The closest depiction of him in a serious mood can be found in the movie Claus by Netflix. I'll link it down in the description below for Netflix users. Remember that the real person was Saint Nicholas. Keep him in your prayers. Pay your respect to the poets and artists who immortalized him. I've given some more links in the description. Hope this helped. I'll make another video. I'll see you next time. But until then, please have a good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and a good night.